At Housing Wire's The Gathering this week, one of the main topics was AI. AI everything. AI and technology probably consumed about half of the content in one way or another, and the other half was rocket, rocket, rocket. Today I want to talk about AI, and there's definitely going to be a world of people with and without, the haves and haves not. And in mortgage and real estate, certainly at the conference, so many of the C-suite leaders there were frustrated. Some were excited about AI, some were frustrated. They just couldn't figure out how to get it to work or how to get a return on investment. And so when I was coming back from the conference, I was catching up on reading on the plane, and I read an article from Mindstream. And by the way, Mindstream is a great source for technology updates, reporting, news. It's really Mindstream and Superhuman, as well as Mind Valley, are three really good sources if you want to stay up to speed on AI. But I was reading this article on Mindstream. The name of the article is "Your AI Strategy It Looks Great on Paper, So Did the Titanic." Kind of a dumb title, but it actually had some interesting points on it on how to get better adoption with AI. And so here's what the author, Edward Frank Morris, said. He said, look, your AI isn't working because one of these five things. One, your people are pretending to get it and don't. Two, you approach training as though it's a TED Talk and not a toolbox, meaning you gave them a vision of the future but not a user manual. Third is that fear is paralyzing adoption. Some staff think AI is going to replace them, and other things AI is a passing fad. Four, there's no return on investment in your roadmap. You bought a bunch of licenses, but nothing changed in your workflow, nothing changed, no efficiencies came, no expenses were reduced. Very much like if you bought, if you automated your underwriting, and I don't mean through AUS, but completely automated your underwriting, but then kept all your underwriters, you haven't really seen any change there. The fifth thing is governance is missing, meaning that legal wants clarity, compliance wants policy, and so they're helping retard your growth into AI. And so here's what Edward Frank Morris suggested in this article. He said, look, if you want to get better adoption with AI when you roll it out, start with rolling out AI with your AI champions. I'm gonna come back to that in a minute. So find the 5 or 10% of the people who are AI literate, AI curious, and have them test it, break it, have them showcase it, but put it in the top 10%. Don't roll it out to everyone. And then second, you need to train like you mean it. You need to have really 15-minute, highly role-specific modules. You got to show each job class how to use it. If it's an underwriter, a processor, in our example, or loan officer, like give them case studies and tests and examples specific to their job function so that they can use it. And then three, gamify and reward usage. So really celebrate when somebody has a breakthrough, or celebrate when somebody creates a creative prompt, or somebody has a huge leap forward. Celebrate those things. Four, talk about job security loud and often. You just got to keep, saying, hey, look, AI is here to help you help you get rid of the worst parts of your job so that you can do the best parts of your job and do more of the best parts. Take that angle. And five is, treat adoption like a product launch. Track engagement, adapt your training, build feedback loops. Like, you got to go all in if you want this AI to work. I'll share one other thing from the gathering. On the third day, the second half of the day was mostly about AI, and half of the thing was about AI. But one of the speakers said a really interesting thing. He goes, here's what you want to do. The people that have AI in the future are going to win. The people that use it, adopt it, lean into it, master it, they're going to outperform by far the people that don't. And so the people that don't adopt that new technologies, they're just going to become obsolete and they're going to drop out. And so she was talking to a bunch of C-suite people, and she said, look, here I'm going to give you the magic formula right now. These are the 6 different AI tools, if you're a lender, you should be using today. That your company should deploy these 6 tools, and she put them up on the screen. And she described each tool. She goes, here's what you need to do. You need to take this slide back to your team, and you need to go, these are the 6 tools that we need to use to be relevant in the mortgage space. These 6 tools. She goes, describe each of the tools but don't train on them. Just describe each of the tools. And then she goes, I want to come back next week. I want you guys to go play with these tools. You have access to them now. Play with them and tell me what you liked about them. Tell me what you didn't like about them. Tell me how you might use them in your particular job function. And let's meet in a week, essentially is what she said. And then she goes, here's what happens. When you get back in the week, when the people that are so excited and they're like, I tried this and this worked, and I did this and this is, and I think we can use it this way, are super excited, those people you need to absolutely hook your wagon to. Those are going to be the winners that are going to lead you into the future. You go, for the people that go, I tried it, it sucked, it didn't work, I don't know why we got it, we don't need this. She goes, those people, fire. She goes, I don't care if the people that resist the technology change are your best employees. If your best employees are keeping you from going into the future, and the future is these technologies, you don't want them on your team. Now, I don't know if I say that strongly, but it was an interesting concept. And so certainly we have to figure out how to get everybody attached to these new tools because the winners are using them. There isn't a link to the article, unfortunately, but I will put a link to Mindstream down below. Like I said, it's a great resource for all things AI and technology. With that, I hope you're having a great day. I appreciate you giving me a little bit of your time, and I look forward to talking to you again tomorrow.